What is up, guys? My name is Soft But Firm, and today I'm going to be showing you what is, in my opinion, currently the best way to grind both great XP and decent money at the same time in Payday 2. Now, the current date is November 4th. It's on update like 44, I think. It's just after the Halloween stuff. So if you're watching this a few months in advance, it might not be useful anymore. But as of right now, this is, in my opinion, like I said, the best way to get good XP and then fairly decent money along with it in a very quick amount of time. So the mission that you're going to want to do is Framing Frame Pro Job on the Death Wish difficulty. Now, Framing Frame is obviously, it's a very big stealth mission, and especially when you get Death Wish and Pro Job in there, a lot of people get intimidated by it, but it's actually extremely easy because the main thing that you're going to be doing is just ECM rushing this. You're not really going to need to like legitimately stealth it. A lot of it's just going to be running and getting in and out as fast as you can. Doing this, you're going to get about 1.3 million in spending cash. And XP is going to be, when you do it the first time, you're going to get about 900,000. But if you repeat them back to back, you get a 25% stealth bonus when you do this. And so after you do it the first time, and then you're going to get an additional 25%, you're going to be looking at, I think it's around 1.1 million XP, and it's going to only take you about 10 minutes to do this. So for 10 minutes, you're going to get over a million XP, and you're going to get over a million in spending cash with relative ease. It's a pretty good way. Now, as far as the skills and the requirements that you're going to have for this mission, it really isn't anything super crazy. You're going to want 4 people. It's best to make them friends and just try to make sure that everybody has a mic. If you're all friends and you've played together quite a bit and you all have a mic, this goes by extremely easily. The 3 guys who I'm playing with in this video, I play with them regularly. We all have mics. It just makes communication a lot easier. So you don't have to sit here and type out messages to pubs who suck ass at the game. And then really just everybody needs to be spec'd fully into ECM jammers minus the feedback. So everybody should have ECM Specialist aced, and everybody should have ECM Overdrive aced. This is going to mean that you get 2 ECMs. They're both going to last about 30 seconds, and then they're both going to be able to block guard pagers, which means you can just kill everybody on the map, not have to worry about anything. And that's really it. I would recommend Fast Hands aced. I would recommend Sprinter aced. Just so, Sprinter, so you can move, because like I said, this is really just about moving and getting in and out quickly. So if you have Sprinter and Fast Hands, so you can interact with bags. Obviously, you're going to want Transporter, so you can move faster when you're carrying the Coke or the money bags or whatever. You're going to want to get Endurance. Ace, you get more stamina once again, so you can run more. But really, other than that, there's not a whole lot you need to get. So when it comes to day 1, it's very easy. As soon as you spawn, pretty much just have somebody look at the ground and drop an ECM. The other people just rush forward, shoot open the front doors. Run in there, probably just send two people to each side, so 2 people go left, 2 people go right, and just start clearing the halls for paintings. As you're clearing the halls for the paintings, keep an eye out for the lasers. Once you see what hall the lasers are between, let your team know. So if you go to Hall A and you see lasers between Hall A and Hall B, let your teammates know. Say, hey, there's lasers between A and B. That way nobody accidentally sets them off. And pretty much just go in and just start grabbing paintings off the wall and chucking them into the main lobby area. Now, you're ECM chaining here. So you drop the first one, and no guards can call, and since you're going to have them aced out and maxed out, you can kill the guards, and their pagers aren't going to go off. But that is as long as you just keep at least 1 ECM down on the map at all times. Now, if you have a HUD mod like Shit HUD, if you have Hox HUD, or the Master Ace Poco HUD, it will have an ECM timer up on the screen for you. And when that hits about 5 or 4 seconds, you can, place your next one down. I was the host in this lobby, so I was usually telling, I would give a little reminder to my friends here to put theirs down when it hit like 6, seconds, or even 10 seconds. Say like, hey, Oblivion in a few seconds here, you got to put down your ECM. So once again, that's kind of why mics play an important role in making sure that this goes smoothly. Just overall communication, mics improve it greatly. So basically just have each player just drop their first ECM, then their second ECM. Don't, I didn't drop mine, then Oblivion dropped 1, then Gambit dropped 1. I dropped my 2, the next person drops their 2, next person drops their 2, next person drops their 2. In the case of my lobby here, everybody had some sort of HUD with an ECM timer on it. So we could generally tell our own, but like I said, I would announce it just in case they weren't paying attention. I'd say, hey, you got a few seconds and you got to put down your ECM. Basically, once all the paintings are off the wall and in the lobby, then move them as a group up to the van and get the day done with. Day 2 is easy enough. You just got to trade the paintings. There is a couple of things that I would recommend doing. Number 1 is bring loud weapons. Now, if you go loud on day 1, you automatically get ambushed on day 2. But we didn't go loud. We stealthed it. But even if you stealth it, there's still a small chance that you will get ambushed on day 2. So bring a loud gun. It doesn't count against you if you bring a loud gun. You're not stealthing. The 75 detection isn't gonna matter. You're just running bags. So if you have an AMR or a CAR 4 or a Loco that does a lot of damage, it's gonna help you if the deal goes south and if you get ambushed. And along with this, if you have a perk deck that has walk-in closet, I would highly recommend doing that as well. Select the best armor that you can wear and then equip the armor bag perk. This way that you're in the game, and if you're moving bags, you're wearing your suit. And if it doesn't go loud, if you don't get ambushed, no harm, no foul. You're wearing your suit, you're moving the money bags quickly. But if you do get ambushed, you just use the armor bag, throw on your armor, and get the hell out of there. I should also add that as well. If you do get ambushed, you're probably just going to want to book it to the van. You're going to leave all the money bags behind. You're going to lose that on money, but at least you're going to complete the mission. You're not going to fail it. You're not going to lose the stealth bonus of the previous run. It is not worth getting the money and failing the mission. We didn't do the armor bag and the heavy weapons on this mission, I don't think. But on a game or two after this, we did get ambushed, and we decided that from now on we need to bring armor bags and we need to bring loud guns on day 2. Alright, so now you're on to day 3. Day 3 is pretty much going to be the same as day 1. At some point, you're going to end up ECM rushing out. Now, it is beneficial to have somebody go on cams and look around and spot out where some of the items are. You can ECM rush from the very beginning, but I would not recommend it just because it does add a little bit of pressure. If you can get 3 guys in the house and find most of the objects, it makes it a lot easier to do it, because 4 minutes straight from the get-go it's a little pushy. So once the mission starts up, send 3 guys and just kind of clear out each room. You can be a little reckless. Just clear out each room. Find the 5 objects: 2 hard drives, phone, tablet, and computer. At this point, obviously you got to set them up at the roof and then access the computer, get the coke down there. And once again, at some point, if you get detected and if you're far enough into it, just drop the ECMs, start the chain. I would recommend, this is kind of another side note, I would recommend killing all the guards once you have the ECMs down. Because if you have the ECMs down and you kill every guard on the map, once the last ECM runs out, you're still going to have 10 seconds while their pagers count down to 0 before the alarm goes off. So if it really comes down to it, those 10 seconds might save you versus keeping a guard alive, having the ECM run out, and then having his phone call trigger the alarm 3 seconds later. It'll buy you a few extra seconds, which in some cases can be vital. Now, I should have mentioned at the beginning, the 1.3 million spending cash is if you do not go for any of the gold. The 1.3 million spending cash is only from the paintings that you trade on day 2. There will be some cases where you don't need to ECM rush. You will get all the electronics, and you will move most or all of the coke without alerting any guards and having to ECM rush. If this is the case, feel free to go for the guards. In this case, some stuff happened kind of early, and we had to ECM rush kind of early. So we really only had time for the coke. But if you have time, feel free to take as much gold as you want. This will obviously increase your payout quite a bit. I think one run we each just grabbed 1 bag and escaped, and that bumped it up to like 1.8 million. So I mean, if you really want to get all the gold, you can bump your earnings by about another million, which is quite a bit of money. Now, if you're doing this straight for XP, you can obviously just start the ECM rush fairly early, get the coke, and get out of there, and not worry about the gold at all. So yeah, guys, that's really it. I mean, 1.1 million XP, 1.3 to like 2.3 million spending cash. For 10 minutes of work. I mean, literally this recording, the recording clip that I have is like 11 minutes long. Okay, that is a ridiculous short amount of time for this kind of money in XP. This is great. We've been using it. You can see me and two of my friends here are V100s. But Court is not. We've been using it to level him up because we want him to be V100 because we are soon going to attempt the Hoxton Breakout Death Wish pro job. And obviously you want to be a fairly high level for that. He infamied a few days ago, and he's already almost, up to 100 again. So you can use it if you got a friend, yourself, a whole group of friends who just want to level up. Or in my case, in my other two friends' case here, we are V100, but we were V100 before the perk decks came out. That means that we don't need XP to level up anymore. We just need XP to put into our perk decks. So it was kind of a win-win. Court got leveled up some, and then we got XP for our perk decks. But yeah, as long as you got 4 guys, preferably with mics, who know what they're doing, it's really, this is easy. So yeah, so I guess that pretty much wraps it up. So I'd like to thank you guys very much for watching, and hopefully I will talk to you next time.